Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mancini the Amazing channel. And I am here for another incredible VBLS game, playing against... He's been called the worst coach in the history of Draft League. He's been called the best coach in the history of Draft League. He's been called the oldest coach in the history of Draft League. Many of these things are true at the same time. That said, what we do know is that he has an absolutely terrifying team, and he took all my great Pokemon. Round 1 Volbeat, which is one of the main support Pokemon for Mono Grey. Round 1. Like someone else took Weezing round 2, I think, at the same time I took Fluttermane. People really had it out for me trying to get Mono Grey by taking all of the support Pokemon that were even vaguely good. And it is a really sort of challenging team. So there's Omkid's daddy, known affectionately by its or daddy or whatever. And yes, their team, the Philadelphia Ash Wooperz. Volbeat, yeah, Clefable is like a strong redirection Pokemon, and Volbeat is a really strong support option with Tailwind, I believe Fake Tears, certainly Thunder Wave, and also String Shot, I believe, if there are reasons that Tailwind won't work, such as already having Tailwind up. A really strong offensive piece in Moltres, a really strong offensive piece in Weavile. Trevenant is a really solid Trick Room setter as well. I honestly just watched another game where Trevenant was a bit of a nightmare. Rotom Wash is quite strong. Glow King is really good if you are good at getting hacks. And then there's Crocodile there as well. And then potentially even like a Hisui Sliggoo as a win condition. So I do have to worry about taking hits. But nothing is super tanky on their team, with the exception of the Sliggoo. And Sliggoo does have Shell Armor, which means it can't be crit by Urshifu. So I do have to keep that in mind as well. So I want to go in with a really sort of mid-rangey composition, so it's really focused on popping off turn 2, turn 3. So we have Tailwind, Sleep Powder, Rage Powder, Hurricane on Vivian, and then we have setup Urshifu, we have setup Arctibax, we do have Imprisoned Trick Room with Fluttermane, and I've got Terra Normal there just in case there's like a Shadow Sneak on Trevenant, and that like allows me to stall an extra turn. We've got the offensive Life Orb Ninetales, which with Terra Grass, Solar Beam, can Oko Rotom, depending on its spread. Even like a somewhat bulky one, it has to be genuinely specially defensive. And then I've got this 3 attack, and then just Terra Water is sort of like the main defensive Terra here. I've got the Terra Fire on a Urshifu to cover Grass move, Fairy move. I originally really wanted a type that wasn't weak to ground, but it was so important to be able to get the Fairy Resist with Urshifu's more limited special defense compared to its physical defense. Where's the Urshifu on this list? Yeah, 63 versus, no, that's special attack, 60, even lower, versus 100. So that was something I had to really keep in mind, and it is mono dark because they don't actually have a very good dark matchup. So they have 3 resists, but they're all pretty frail, and they won't be able to deal with me going for sword stances, not to mention the fact that they will be tempted to Terastallize away from fighting moves. And fighting is also really not very good here. It hits like these 2 NFEs, and then it hits these 2 Pokemon that can lose to dark moves anyway. So, all of that said and done, that is the team of 6 I am going to challenge. Yeah. Regulation E. Regulation F is up, and I'm pretty excited for it. And best of 3. There we go. Game 1, indeed. You too, my friend. It's been a while since I've had the chance to chat with Daddy, so I'm glad that we are sort of coming together as we get to the end of the year. No Trevenant. There is Poliwag. Poliwag is one of their fastest Pokemon. Oh no, they do have Trick Room because Slowbro also has Trick Room. Honestly, I forgot about that. Okay. Or like I hadn't actively cognizated it. This kind of makes me want to go for the Ninetales lead. Which is potentially Sandy Shock's Ninetales. No Weavile either. That's really interesting. I think I'm going to go for the Sandy Shock's Ninetales lead. And then follow that up. Definitely with Flutter. Yeah, Flutter's... I don't know. They did bring both their Fairy Resists, and I am Mono Fairy. I don't know if I'm in love with Arctopax. I think it's definitely Scythema. I don't think it's ever Vivian in Sun. So I guess it's number one then. They brought a team that I'm not really enthused by Flutter against. Well, I'm Covert Cloak for Weaver, which didn't even wind up coming, though it can potentially cover me against special attack drops from Moonblast, as well as like Bones from Moltres. They are going to click Rain Dance. I want to Terra Water, Thunderbolt the Poliwag, and I don't have Protect. Switch in Arctopax. They went for Hypnosis. And Ear Sash. Go full Parrot. Oh, the Parrot is funny. I find that I think that Parrot is quite funny. They went for Hypnosis into Sandy Shocks. Okay, well I am faster now. I kind of want to just Thunderbolt and Swords Dance. I don't know what's coming in, but I'd like to have a Swords Dance up for really anything. I expected them to attack, to be honest. I don't know what Poliwag's attack stat is, but I have to imagine that with Stab and Water can't be terrible, right? Liquidation. If I was not Terra'd. Okay, I mean that's with minus attack, which we have no reason to believe it's minus attack. That's also minus attack. Oh, no, they go full Parrot. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. They did run Hypnosis though. I can't give them too much credit when they are running Hypnosis. Dude, Crocodile didn't even come. That's interesting. I was really scared of the ground attack. But it seems like I didn't have much reason to be. They can throw Hurricanes out. Moltres can also Terra. I kind of want to just protect an Icy Wind. I do have Thermal Exchange. I could go for the Icicle Spear even. A Hurricane's definitely coming out. I wish it was more specially defensive. What is my spread? It is somewhat specially defensive. I mean, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't expect to die. Even to like a sort of like a modest Hurricane. I think my play here is just to double the Moltres. Okay, that is very strong. They all can't vary. 2, 3, 4? No, 4. Alas. I really want to just bring Ninetales in and Thunderbolt the Moltres again. I'd like to do it next turn, but I don't have Protect on Arctopax. If I had Protect on Arctopax, I would 100% just protect both my slots here. I have good chance that even if they Terror to a type that resists, so any type but ground, that I would still sort of come out ahead. Okay, Confusion, great. Okay, I don't think you should be complaining about RNG. You can't be freaking Hypnosis and Swagger. And they'd be like, oh no, I got RNG. I sort of want to double the Slowbro here. Yeah, I mean, the Volbeat's just not an impactful Pokemon. Even if Rain goes up, which I would expect it to. Which it didn't, but, you know. it would have died if not for the thing. Well, obviously if not for the confusion hit, but also if not for the light screen. I think. My math might be bad on that. If I'm doing half, I'm not reliably KOing. Or protect. Should I be switching out Sandy Shocks? Probably should, eh? I want to bring Saitama in the Sandy Shock slot, and then bring, like, Octopax in the other slot. We haven't seen any offensive... Okay. It's own tempo. That's cool. They haven't terrored yet, right? I want to protect. And honestly, just Icicle Spear. The Earthquake will KO. But if they don't go for Earthquake for whatever reason, I want to just sort of play around any random, like, Terra Blast into Urshifu, right? Which is seeming pretty likely at this point. Random moves coming out. They are own tempo though, not quick draw. Okay, that's good. I mean, it seems like Sucker would be pretty good. Did they Terra and I didn't realize? I don't think they have. Well, I think I win if I preserve Sandy Shocks. So, if I go for Sucker here and Protect, I think I always win. Okay. I'm just going to switch out and then just spam like Thunderbolt and Fire Blast because they're the moves that they've already seen. Because I know that I can't hit it with Sucker. Oh, they went into the GG. Only click the moves that your opponent already knows, otherwise you give them more information. Okay, the Fire Blast of confusion. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason to give my opponent any further information. I'm ready. I hate this time a bit here. Yeah, okay, it's a good game one. They went very heavy memes in game one. Huh. Why not? I think they're trying to rejoin and see if that lets them click the button. No. I think I needed a helping hand boost to be able to hook a clef if it's bulky. But I do have helping hand on Octopax. I do also like the Vivian version of this set, would have been perfectly fine. Okay, well I guess I just win. Let's save this replay. Oh! Wait, it worked. Save my replay. Game one, and then I think if you timer out, it just brings you into next game, I guess. YouTube friend. I mean, that really makes me want to lead these two with Ninetales in the back. I mean, even if I led the same two, I think I'm just going to go with the same four and then see if their adaptation is enough to, like, actually disrupt it. Okay, so it looks like they're just going for the Trick Room game plan. So how much is Heatwave doing? So it does look like a combination of Flash Cannon and Heatwave should KO Clefable. The Trick Room version is definitely, it's definitely a bit concerning. Oh gosh, I need this Heat Wave to actually KO. It did not KO. That's really bad. I do have Protect on Sandy Shocks. Do they also have Swag? I think I want to... So I think all I saw from it was Earthquake. I think I want to Protect and just Heat Wave again. Just remove Clefable. Okay, Moltres came in. Interesting. Yeah, just Earthquake. I mean, that's not even gonna... Okay. That mattered. Well, that's really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Like, genuinely terrible. I mean, it's not as bad as it seems like it would be. Mostly because I was in a bad position either way. Guess I should have Solar Beamed or something. I wouldn't have expected even the crit there to have KO'd Ninetales, but I guess I'm not very bulky and I was at 90. Why is the crit button there? Oh, yeah, okay, this set doesn't have any attack and investment. It's very clearly adamant. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, you're talking about, yeah, another 30% on it, and then it's then... how much did the Heat Wave do, actually? So if we look at that, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's got any special defense. I think it does look like it's just this, or maybe a 4 is in special defense. And then, like, this being a much more genuine threat. Yeah, I saved. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. What a game. I think I have to Terra Water, and even then I probably still lose. I can't switch Saitama in. I have to Thunderbolt the Slowbro for sure, and then I need to just Icicle Spear. Do I ever bring Saitama in here? I don't think I do. I need to live, right? That's my only out, is I need to live. It's very difficult for them to hit Hurricane, so they may have to click the water move. Is Swords Dance better than Icicle Spear? I don't think it necessarily is. So I'm going to make a play around what may be the best play. I presume they have Rotom Blast, which Swords Dance would help against. Okay, and that shouldn't do much. And then, do they go for Hurricane? I would have loved to get 4 last game, but, you know, it's fine. Okay. What the fuck? Dude, what? You're kidding me. There's no way. What? How did that happen? That did not just happen. How much did it do? Okay, it looks like it would have been a roll anyways, depending on their investment. It probably would KO anyways. Well, I guess I should have thrown damage into, I still have Terra, right? No, I don't. I used it. That's frustrating. Because if I still had Terra, I think the Terra Fire could have... well, no, it wouldn't have been great. Okay, so I need to KO Moltres with a double up here. Yeah, it's not max defense. You can go the monster spread, I think. I mean, that just seems like Icicle Spear Sucker is correct. Though I could Protect and Icicle Spear. It's possible that I can just get through this Molten with Icicle Spears. I need them to double the Urshifu, or like Earthquake and Weather Ball Urshifu, which I think they should do. Okay, let's see if they doubled the Urshifu. Or, obviously... okay. I don't know if my crit made up for their crit, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I definitely have to sucker the Moltres here. And then I think I just Swords Dance. No burn. No burn. I mean, I just have to Wicked Blow into the Slowbro slot. No, I should Wicked Blow into the Clefable slot in case they protect, and just Icicle Spear the... how does that make any sense? Yeah, I'm just gonna Wicked Blow and Icicle Spear this way. Two. Volbeat. Oh, now they can Swagger. I don't think that Swagger wins them the game. At least not necessarily. I do think I have to Wicked Blow. But I think I can Wicked Blow and Icicle Spear. I could Wicked Blow and Helping Hand. I don't know if you are throwing out a better move than... Okay, Liquidation. That did not work out. Okay, GG. GG. Conveniently, we do know that this was under Iberville, no moves. I didn't even get the Sword Stance. I didn't get to use Vivillon. Oh, that was tough. That was a lot of game. That game was that was a lot of game. Okay. I almost got the KO with Octamax. Saitama. Okay, and let's pop in the voice chat. And get the second replay. I've got the... Hey!
Hello!
Yo, how you doing?
Terrific. What an RNG-filled disaster.
I don't think that, I don't think that you can complain about that, considering that you went with Hypnosis, Swagger, Hurricane and Sun.
I also had a Hypnosis on Poliwag.
Yeah, I said Hypnosis first.
Oh, did you? Okay,
yeah, Hypnosis and then Swagger. You went for Hypnosis turn 1 and missed, because it's a 60% chance,
Yeah, I wanted to do the Poliwag at least once this season,
Look, I want to do the other guy who has completely escaped my mind. God, I need to follow
Octabax
before Christmas. No, I've used Octabax like every game.
Oh.
Dude, I'm having so many 0-2 games. Sorry, let's look at your pace. Octabax is, I would say, no, who was the one I wanted to do? Oh yeah, Snorunt. I almost brought Snorunt, but it was not. It was not to be.
Yeah, this is a season to try stuff out, right?
This is the season of me not trying anything out and feeling okay. I mean, I wanted to use Urshifu. I definitely got to use Urshifu this game. Did you see my incredible Photomane stats thing?
Looking at it right now. Okay.
Okay, you were also Shadow Ball and Clefable, so the Imprison wasn't working as well as I'd hoped.
Yeah, I didn't know what moves to use. I just kind of threw that on there. I'm like, it'll do a little damage.
You didn't go for any attacks on Poliwag?
I have Icy Wind.
I mean, yeah, well, I was thinking just Liquidation and Rain is strong, right?
Yeah, no, I definitely considered it, but I figured it's gonna die so quickly anyway, and Endeavor sounded like fun if I could get it off.
So many Terra Poisons. Oh yeah, I was Terra Normal on Flutter for Shadow Sneak Trevenant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't even know if it launches Shadow Sneak. I think it does. I don't actually know though.
Yeah, I had so many mons that I considered bringing. You don't have Fake Out, so I was like, oh, maybe Weavile's good, but Poliwag has to come this week.
Yeah, I brought Covert Cloak specifically for Weavile on Sandy Shocks.
Okay, I see that.
The idea was that I could Sun Lead and then still threaten it. I had so much. Oh yeah, no, the Flutter used to be Terra Water, and then I realized, oh, I'm Sash. I should just become immune to Sneak.
Nice. Were you prepared for me to bring Rain? Did you think I was going to bring it?
Oh, I mean, everyone always brings Rain. It's
right.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought Rain, and did you see how well that worked out for you?
Yeah, not terrific.
Yeah,
could have been better.
I don't think that running Rain really helps that much against any of my Pokemon except for Ninetales.
Yeah, true. I mean, you have a couple water weaknesses, right?
Maybe like Probopass. I don't.
Yeah, Probopass.
I have not brought Probopass yet.
And Sandy Shocks.
Yeah, Sandy Shocks. Yeah, but Sandy Shocks has been terroring all the time.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
People just like it's got a good typing, but people just bring stuff to pressure that typing a lot.
I feel like the problem I'm having this season is like I have a pretty wide team, but none of them are good.
My problem, I think that entirely the problem with your team is that you have two good Pokemon, which are Moltres and Slowbro.
Yeah, I do think that those two are very good. I think Moltres especially.
I mean, Moltres is insane. You have Turbo Premium supports, and they're supporting some of the worst mons in the game. Weavile's okay. Crocodile is god-awful. You didn't even bring it against me, and I, like, auto-lose to it. I have two Pokemon that trigger Anger Point.
Like I said, though, Poliwag had to come. You know.
I did make up for your crit-heavy game 2 by getting a crit on the last 2 turns.
Yeah, okay, what was the calc on that?
With what?
Like, I thought for sure the crit mattered, but you were...
Apparently it was a roll. Moltres is really strong. What item were you, sorry?
Moltres is.
We can't. I did know that. Yeah, Moltres, I mean, Sun, I was surprised. Or maybe it's because it was calcing... It might have been calcing against... because the Pokemon already fainted, it might have been calcing against... It might have been calcing against the... Oh, yeah, no, sorry. The calc it was showing was against not Terrid. Because there was no because it fainted, it forgets that you were terrored. That makes sense. I was like, I looked at the calc and I'm like, that's a lot of damage. I would not have expected to KO from that. Like it was like a roll.
Even if you want base power in the Sun is a lot, but I was kind of surprised.
That much. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, if that crit hadn't gone, I was targeting Slowbro there. I don't know. Icebox is fun. I'm honest, like, I keep bringing it. It keeps working.
The Ice Skull Spear didn't... Well, I guess I hit 4 times on Lowbro at the end.
It also hit 4 times on Moltres once.
Yeah.
And then it like hit 2 times basically every... Like, I think I got like 1, 3, and then the rest were 2s. Where are my 5-time hits? And imagine if I'd gotten the 5 against Lowbro, it'd have fainted.
Yeah, it is funny to me that I was complaining about RNG at the beginning because I built this team like I have like a 60% chance
like
to win games,
Swagger,
you know?
Hypnosis,
right?
You know, Hurricane and Sun, you know, Hydro Pump on your Rotom, Gunk Shot on Slowbro.
This wasn't a team that I came into this like, okay, I really think that I can win with this team. It was like it's kind of a coin flip if everything goes right, you know.
That Clefable, living the double up was like, oh no, because originally my plan was sort of like to Fire Blast it, but I'm like, oh crap, I need some chip on Slowbro, and it looks like there's a good chance that a double up will KO with Heat Wave. And I mean, look, I did a lot of chip to Slowbro with that Heat Wave. I was like 30%, you know. That was like 3 hits of 3 hits of Arctivax without a Soul Sense. Right. Did you see my Mono Dark Urshifu predicting you to bring Terrors to check fighting moves, and then would you look at that, 3 Terra Poisons.
Yeah.
Terra Electric on Rotom is interesting with no electric move.
That's an oversight.
I understand.
We'll leave it at that. But you know, no weaknesses.
No weaknesses. Yeah.
Yeah, Terra Water Moltres was like to have really strong weather balls and you know.
Ninetales? You were super spit F. Ninetales, with the Terra Grass could Oko like Fizdef Rotom. Oh
wow.
It was you know, it's pretty. I'm just gonna pop it into calc. You can't see it, but why did I only put in 5 of the sets? It didn't take 1 of the sets. I don't know which one. I hope it wasn't Ninetales. It was Vivian. I don't know why I did put Vivian. What's Vivian's nickname? Ang. Okay. Oh, it's because it's the form, specific Vivian form. That's probably what's confusing calc. But I have to do that one, so it's great. Also, you stole my Volbeat and then have not been performing very well with it.
Yeah, it's I mean, Volbeat's good.
Volbeat hasn't been the problem.
Isn't. And also, like, I'm kind of kicking myself. I'm a little disappointed. Like, my prep this season has not been up to par.
You've been, like insanely busy.
Yeah, life is hard when you're old. I'll tell you that much.
I think it is not an age thing. I think it's a, parenting among other. Look, it had a chance to KO. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that
Even
is
with that
pretty good.
super spitter. It's like Ninetales actually threatening a team. I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Not to mention, like, I mean, it's not like Volbeat, even in Sun, even Rain was taking Fire Blast from Lifeorb particularly well.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and then the
You
Volbeat
can-
had no attacks, so you can kind of just let it sit there and hope it misses
fact
swaggers,
that
which
neither-
it did.
Poliwag nor Volbeat had attacks, I think, was a bit of an issue. Because, like, if you had Hypnosis to me, you would still lose.
Yeah, it was like I was hoping to like Hypnosis and then get an Endeavor off and then die.
I think Liquidation was... I mean, you wouldn't have gotten the Endeavor off because you would have been at full. Or I guess you would have gotten the Endeavor off. I mean, with the Sash, I feel like you should have just invested in Special Attack, right? For the Icy
Yeah,
Wind?
in hindsight, probably. I did have like I think it was like Hydro Pump on there, just for more RNG and for big damage.
I definitely would have gone Liquidation. It's got 50 attack and only 40 special attack.
Yeah.
Poliwag broke.
Yeah, I should have. I should have just ran Belly Drum.
Should have run Bandit.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. That like.
Oh, I think that Poliwag is slower than.
No, it's the fastest. It's 90 base speed. The next one is 80 and then 70. And then
but
70 for both of them. Slower than Flutter in Sun?
the Flutter with Booster is faster.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't wind up running
Poliwag in
Booster.
Yeah.
That said, I'm sure that it would win. I have faith. Run Aquajet with the Choice Band.
Yeah. That's what I'll do for the last week. Hey, at least I got one win this season. You know what I mean? So.
Were you only at one win?
About it.
Was I only at one win?
Yeah. Now you're 2-2, right?
Oh, there's only been. This is the fourth game. Okay, I thought I was.
Yeah.
I thought I was already 2-2, but I don't know why I thought that. Clearly, I just had. I knew I had foreseen the outcome of this game. I need to win my next week to make playoffs.
That's what I was just gonna say. If you win, you're in.
Mono Grey. It's even with Volbeat and Wheezing Galar getting taken super early. It's doing. I mean, it's not doing well.
It's doing fine.
I'm having fun.
It's doing fine. I mean, you're like your top 4 are super good.
No, Ninetales is not good.
Well,
Ninetales
Setting Sun is good.
bad. You're right. Vulpix could also do that. Unfortunately, its shiny isn't grey.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful shiny on Ninetales, though. Also on Moltres. Especially Galarian Moltres, I think, is a much nicer shiny than regular Moltres.
Wait, shiny Ninetales and Vulpix are different.
Can you believe that
colors.
all of these Pokemon, except for Ninetales, well, I mean, regular Ninetales and Vulpix are different colors. But can you believe all these Pokemon except Ninetales are grey in the Pokedex, including Volbeat?
I actually cannot. Also, what does Flutter look like when it's shiny?
It's slightly different in tone. And it's like its trims get changed to different color. Oh yeah, shiny Vulpix looks like regular Ninetales. But shiny Ninetales does not look like regular Vulpix.
Wait, how is Fluttermane gray? What?
I refer you to the greatest video of all time. Pokedex color is weird. Can I win a draft league with the worst one? I think was what the title wound up being. The Pokedex color is weird is the main thing, and then the subtitle is can I win a draft league with the worst one? It's also not the worst one. That's just clickbait.
Yeah, right.
The worst one is very thoroughly. Was it? I was talking with Jace about black and pink, and because they are both terrible. That said, the best one by a long shot is blue. I have never even bothered going with blue because I feel like it's just like drafting a regular draft.
Yeah, right. I remember Braff's team.
I mean, Raymond has it now. He doesn't even have to use a shiny.
Yeah.
Let's just look by number of Pokemon, not even fully evolved Pokemon, how big the various colors are. Yellow is one of the larger ones. White's one of the larger ones. Gray is a larger. They're pretty similar. Gray is so many not fully evolved Pokemon though. It's got an Alip as well. Oh yeah, I did already send our replays to James.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we have them.
Yeah. Brown. Red. I mean, there's so many brown Pokemon. Red is really premium Pokemon. There's not that many of them, but they're all pretty premium. What color? Oh yeah, that's blue. Blue, it's 125, whereas the second is like 101. And then like some of them have like, oh yes, and 35. Sorry, that's including the I think 10 that pre-populate. So it's got 135 Pokemon. I'm missing.
Wasn't there like a disproportionate amount of water Pokemon in general? Is that still a thing, or?
I don't know if it is that much of a thing. Water is definitely I think it's the second most common type, or is it the second most common dual type, and then it's just still the first most common type. Let's ask Bulbapedia. I know in Gen 1, do you know what the second most common type was?
Normal?
Nope. It's third.
I don't know.
Poison.
Interesting.
What am I missing? Which Pokedex colors am I missing? Water.
Purple?
The water type is the most Pokemon that evolve via trading. I don't know. Oh yeah, also, the water type is the only starter type to have all of their starters be the same color. So I believe like Decidueye is brown, for example. I think Insect.
See, these are the kind of facts that Pokemon players need to know.
These are very important facts.
Yeah.
Or is Ember brown? No, Ember's also red. I wonder what starter is it? Maybe Blaziken might be white? No? I wonder what fire type starter, or no, Torchic. Torchic is gonna be no, it's also red. Okay, I don't know. I wonder what fire type starter is not he's not Pokedex color red.
Raboot, maybe?
Oh yeah, Cinderace is grey. Oh no, Cinderace is white, Raboot is grey. That's right, yeah. The entire Cinderace line. And then what grass type starter? I mean, there are a lot of grass type starters. I would not be shocked. I guess the Decidueye Hisway is probably red, right? Oh no, it's brown. Decidueye itself is probably also brown. Yeah, Decidueye is also brown.
Yeah,
Do you think there are any earlier starters? Maybe Torterra? Could also be brown?
That could be brown.
Oh no, it's red.
And the Chestnut, maybe.
I think Chestnut's green, but it might be white. No, it is green, yeah. I've looked at all of these things before. I just don't remember them because I looked at them in Gen 7. I skipped an entire gen.
I would never even think to look at.
It's been... I didn't do a single monocolor thing last generation. Oh, I think Rillaboom is also in brown. Oh no, it is in green. Okay, I don't know.
You know what probably would have won me this match if I put a wide lens on Volbeat? Then I probably would have won.
Now you got up the wide lens on Poliwag, so it hit the Hypnosis.
Oh, you're right. Oh my god, what an
66%. Yeah. Was it 93?
Yeah.
Ultimately, it was fun. Both of us are having interesting seasons. I do kind of like the Swiss for this shorter season. I think if we do shorter seasons in future, which I'm not opposed to, not in general, but like occasionally when we like know something's coming up and the timing's a bit weird, I do quite like the Swiss format. How have you been feeling about it?
I think Swiss is really fun. My only problem with it, like from both a moderator and a player perspective, especially as like a busy old guy with a kid, is and not even like it just makes scheduling more difficult too. You know?
Yeah, when you can only schedule on the Monday. That said, I don't think you tend to schedule before the week starts.
No, yeah, I usually shoot for the weekend. Weeks are really difficult.
No, I mean like you don't start scheduling the previous weekend or anything, so it's not like looking forward.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I usually schedule like Sunday night or Monday morning or something.
Yeah. So, you know, I think it's good. I think I've definitely had fun. I really like the draft format as well. I think you said that you weren't as much of a fan because you like the stress or something. I like just being able to plan out what Pokemon I wanted and then getting them.
Yeah, I like it when somebody snipes me and I have to like recalibrate everything like on the fly. And I think the thing that I like the most though is like seeing the picks roll in. And I feel like every time somebody picks something,
I just get annoyed at people because they take forever.
Yeah, but like you said a long time ago, if we just, and I don't remember your exact phrasing, but it was like if we don't have timer on and we start really early, then it's like whatever, you know what I mean? I don't care if people take long.
Like when I go to bed and then I wake up and it's still not my pick, I'm like, come on. But the other thing is, I find so often with the in-person ones, because everyone's American, that I don't get to make my own picks. I had a league where I picked one Pokemon. Every single other Pokemon was picked by mods I left my picks with.
Yeah, that does suck.
I got to pick my entire team this time. Can you believe that? I actually got to pick my own Pokemon and put the, you know. So I thought in general the draft thing was pretty good.
I could totally see that because like for the Australians,
but not just that. Also, the fact that you aren't like pressured to take your premium round one picks meant that people got to have teams Like, not like, oh, I mean, Urshifu or Fluttermane are still there, I should take them now. I mean, I took them because they're mono grey, right? In the other league, neither of them went. And I think that that's a good thing. I think in general, a lot of the sort of pressure and the psychology of the regular draft, I don't love. And it does sort of get removed from this. This may be a better discussion for like a postseason thing rather than a mid-season thing.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I don't know. The other thing that I'm noticing about, I feel like it doesn't matter what kind of format we do. I feel like because of power creep, the top tier Pokemon are just, they're just so good, you know?
I am 1 and 3 with only top tier Pokemon.
You're 2 and 2.
Sorry, 2 and 2.
You beat
right.
me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that... I think that is somewhat true. I think that Prosynthesis is still a massive outlier. And then, like, the masks for Ogerpon are a bit of an outlier as well, because they're just a 1.2x damage boost, and then Prosynthesis is like a 1.3x. No, I don't think... I mean, as someone using this Urshifu, I understand why we moved it down in points. This mod sucks. Like... do you know how, like, the little damage it's doing? Yeah. I mean...
It probably went
losing 5 base power, terrestrialization existing, all these things. So many things went to change on a Pokemon that was already kind of... You know, it wasn't the Giga Premium Pokemon last gen, by any means. It's got a lot of very exploitable flaws, and I actually think it's a really bad Terramon, because all its terrors are awkward. There's no, like, oh, I can pick this one type, and then no longer worry about any of the moves to think of, because when you have 60 special defense, you're like, okay, well, they were clicking Earth Power into me anyway, so if I Terra Fire, that's not gonna help.
Yeah.
You know, like, Urshifu is a Pokemon that in practice is weak to, like, water and ground and electric and all these things. And it is by no means like an Oko machine. Even in this game, you know, it wasn't getting Okos. Like, I had to commit, like, Octobax damage into your Pokemon to be able to put them in range of Urshifu. Like, I went for the Protect on Urshifu when on that Moltres Slowbro turn. When it's like, even with Tremplate, it's maybe a roll, and then, but do I want to, you know, I can Protect, and then I can get the extra tip into Slowbro, install a Trick Room and everything. I had to put, like, so much extra thought into it. Like, Urshifu is definitely a Pokemon that rewards putting a lot of effort and energy into making decisions, you know? Punishing Protect is a really particular obnoxious thing, but it's not exclusive to it now.
You're right. True.
That's right, Hooper. Hooper's back in the format, guys. Did you know that Hooper has 2 signature moves, both of which ignore Protect?
I do not know anything about Hooper, if I'm being honest with you.
It has 2 moves, and they both ignore Protect. Hyperspace Fury and Hyperspace Hole. But yeah, now we've got the Terrakion Pokemon, which I don't know if it will be legal or not. They haven't made that clear yet. But obviously, if that is legal, then that's another Pokemon that ignores Protect. I mean, I just think, you know, I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, look at how much Octobax has been carrying for me this season. Look how good Vivion's been for me this season. And those are, you know, Octobax is a really bad one.
Yeah, but when you have them as your, like, 5th and 6th Mons, when you have, all right, you know, maybe Ninetales isn't so great, but, like,
Octobax is outperforming Fluttermane.
But is that because it's Arctobax being good, or is it because of the threat of Fluttermane that people are prepping
it's an ice type.
That's, yeah, true.
I have 2 ice types broken. It's because Fluttermane has really obvious exploitable weaknesses. And I think Fluttermane is much, much stronger than Urshifu. I will say up front, straightforward. Like, Fluttermane and Sandy Shocks have been really the linchpin. This is the only game Urshifu has not felt terrible in.
Yeah.
And it didn't do that much.
I could see that.
Because it has really obvious counterplay. Because of the rules that I've done, the fact that everyone's, like, running Rain Dance and everything, and then I have to sort of, you know, you can only have 2 Pokemon on the field at a time, and all of that. But mostly just the fact that Urshifu's stabs are super weak to terrestrialization. The other Urshifu's a bit better, but then, like, you run a helmet and then it's dead. I don't know. I don't think Urshifu is a particular outlier in power creep. It is a Pokemon that was a top tier Pokemon last gen, not a Fluttermane top tier, just like a, you know, Urshifu top tier, a Dragapult top tier for what last gen Dragapult was. So yeah, I don't think it's a particular, you know, like Thundai, I think, is in, like, a very similar position to Urshifu as well, as a Pokemon that's really good, but, like, I had it in Daddy Plan Part 2, and, you know, I didn't win. Yeah, so I don't think Urshifu's, like, I think it's mostly just the Protomons, and then the Ogopons now. I think that having access to crazy abilities with unique items and everything that have just such a high, like, power level cap, it is a bit much. But everything else I think is pretty alright.
I will say, I think we tiered it pretty well too. They're very expensive, right?
And I got to pay 2 extra points for Urshifu, I think. Or was that in the other? It was that in the practice I did. I don't know. One. I got
I paid one extra point for Clefable, and we see where that's gotten me. So.
Yeah, Clefable's won you your other game.
Yeah. True.
But I mean, look, you got to take Volbeat round 1. Would you ever have picked Volbeat round 1 if this was just like a draft by draft thing?
Yes, because I took Illumise round 1. Remember?
That is true, actually. Sorry, I guess.
And that was my best.
Wasn't that in Daddy Plan Part 2?
That was in BDSP.
That was in BDSP, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Which was my favorite season, by the way. I love those like tiny restricted formats.
I thought the BDSP season was fun. Like I had a lot of fun using several Pokemon in it, and then I tried using some of the other Pokemon again later. Like I wound up thinking Latias was so much worse in like a regular format than in BDSP. Sneasel was ungodly broken in BDSP, but it was an interesting format. Ultimately, thank you everyone for watching. It's been a ton of fun playing against Daddy, renowned as the best Pokemon in the worst Pokemon players ever list. Goodbye.